Hi, good evening, or is it good morning or good afternoon? It's good evening from London, England, from your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin. This is me doing what I do best every day without fail, and I'm doing it because I'm determined, I'm motivated, and I am proud to be a YouTuber, and I love this job passionately. As an Arsenal and football fan, yes. And this is my roundup of all this weekend's Premier League action. Starting with Crystal Palace v Liverpool. So, ladies and gentlemen, to the boys and the girls, if you want to comment on the 10 fixtures I'm about to talk about, please give me your expert views, your opinions, your analysis of a particular game that I've spoken about. Leave it in the comment section below. Help me by subscribing. Help me by smashing the thumbs up, like button, and please help me to subscribe to my channel. Myself, DLG Reppin. Yes, that's me. Delta Dele Lima Dele London Guna. That's what it stands for, and Reppin is spelled Romeo Echo Papa Indigo November. I don't want to see no gyro at the end, meaning G. I'm my own G. So it finished Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 7. The game that I was stewing at. That's my place of work. And when I saw the scoreboard, I couldn't believe what my eyes was feasting on. I couldn't believe what my eyes were telling me. I think I needed to book an appointment with the optician. Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 7. Let that sink in. From Liverpool's part, that was the perfect statement. A magnificent, complete performance. And for me, that's a perfect statement for Crystal Palace and every football club or football team in the Premiership, that Liverpool are going to defend their title with a big fight. And they're not letting go without the fight of their lives. Good goals by Minamino, 2 from Firmino, 2 from Mo Salah, especially the second one. Henderson, great strike. Mane, nice strike as well. I mean, Liverpool killed them in the first half. They gave, and then the second half. Well, Bayern Munich would have been proud of that violation. That's for me, possibly the best footballing side in the world. That could be argued with Liverpool, but Bayern Munich would have been proud of that violation. And Crystal Palace manager Roy Hodgson summed it up from a match of the day. He is stating that you cannot defend. You cannot pick a positive out of that performance. And how can you? How can you? Oh goodness me! Only God knows. If there's a Crystal Palace fan doing a YouTube channel, he must give he must be honest about his player ratings marks out of 10. As for Liverpool, what Jurgen Klopp has said, he has spoken about the performance, and he said that Sadio Mane was obviously disappointed, but you can't play every game and last every 90 minutes, so he's had to bench him, and he's explained the reason why he took him off. But overall, it was a great performance by Liverpool. Great football, great pass and movement. Everything was superb. 100% green ticks all the way. Next game, Southampton 0, Man City 1. Thought Man City were in control, although Southampton had their chances, and they had a penalty shot where Danny Ings had an attempted header, and he got brushed aside by the defender, but it wasn't enough for the fourth official to get involved, or the video assistant referee to look at it. Overall, Man City got the goal in the first half, Raheem Sterling with the opportunity. However, I thought Man City had a couple of decent chances to kill the game off, but it wasn't to be. And maybe they didn't play that well, and I didn't think they got out of first gear. And credit to Southampton, they never had their heads down. They kept going, created a couple of chances, but nothing more major. Other than that, they put in a valid effort, and it weren't enough to get something out of the game. So it finished Southampton 0, Man City 1. Crystal Palace, Liverpool fans, Southampton, Man City fans, I would love to hear from you. Just let it all out in my comment section below. Everton 2, Arsenal 1. Well, I've said what I've had to say in my player ratings. Everton did not get out of first gear, and they still won. They still pulled off the victory. In the second half, I must admit, I did say in my last recording that Maitland-Niles deserved a 7 instead of a 4 from me, so I'll take that 4 back and stick it elsewhere. But that 7, he played well. He tried. We were just woeful in the first half, and we lost the game in that first half. And that first half, some of the players displayed shit attitude, shit performance, and it's like they don't give a fuck. And Arteta's trusting these players. He carries on trusting some of these players. That's what that could be ultimately his downfall when he's served his P45. But with Everton going strong this season, they've been fantastic for me. They went second with that win without even having to go into first gear, and without even having to go into first gear, Arsenal were unlucky not to equalise with David Luiz hitting the post, Bukayo Saka forcing a save from a cross shot. Just wasn't to be, so another L. Newcastle United 1, Fulham 1. Not the most spectacular of games. Matt Ritchie getting the bizarre own goal which came off his face. Accidental. It's just one of those things that happens in football, and Fulham were holding on, I feel, for the win. And Jakob Anderson gets himself sent off as bringing down Callum Wilson, which deemed to be a professional foul. So the referee didn't even look at the yellow. Straight red, and he's off. So that's a 3-game ban for that defender. I thought the point was fair to both teams, and I thought Newcastle. There was times where I thought Fulham and Newcastle were both. They both matched each other. I think maybe Newcastle dominate the chances, or Fulham dominate the chances. I didn't get to watch that game. I've only seen the highlights. But Newcastle, Fulham fans, if you want to talk about the clash, give me your honest views of the game. If both set of fans of Newcastle and Fulham, if you've watched the game, then yeah, I would like to know your honest opinion on how the game went, and whether a point was a fair result. So that's Saturday's roundup, and that's Newcastle United 1, Fulham 1 on Saturday's roundup. Sunday's game, Brighton & Hove Albion 1, Sheffield United 1. Now, as an Arsenal fan, I was watching with intrigue, interest, because all Brighton had to do was win, and we would have been 5th on bottom in 16th place. But credit to Sheffield United, they defended resolutely and stubbornly, as they've done all throughout last season. And maybe unlucky not to get the 3 points. However, they'll settle for a point, but ideally 3 they could have done with to give themselves a glimmer of hope of getting out of the bottom 3 at this stage of the season towards Christmas. But they're going to be bottom of the table throughout Christmas, and that's the reality. Whereas Brighton over Albion, they dominated they dominated the game throughout the ball possession, created a couple of opportunities, maybe more than a couple of opportunities. And when Danny Welbeck came on, for me, yeah, he gave them a different dimension, and went on to get the equaliser. At the death, Brighton had the opportunity to win it, and for their goalkeeper who pulled off a couple of good saves, you know, spared Sheffield United a point at least to take back to Bramall Lane. So it finished Brighton over Albion 1, Sheffield United 1. Brighton, Sheffield United fans, feel free to come into my channel and leave your messages, your views in my comment section below. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Leicester City 1. Now, somebody sent a message on my Facebook newsfeed saying that Tottenham have gone from tier 1 to tier 4. But I should not even laugh, because we've gone from, we could argue that we've gone from tier 1 in 2004 to tier 15. So that's where we are at. But yeah, didn't think it was one of Tottenham's best performance. And Leicester, you know, they performed well enough to get the 3 points, and I think it was deserving. Wasn't a day for Son or Harry Kane to get onto the score sheet, and these are dangerous players, and I didn't think Tottenham did enough in that game. You know, the penalty that was conceded by Tottenham and Sergio Aurier, the right back, what a fucking plonker he is. Such a fucking liability. Now, watching Sergio Aurier of recent weeks and months, he has been performing really well. Behaved himself, but what a stupid fucking plonker. If you're a Tottenham fan, you'll be cursing him. And why not? He didn't have to do that. That was so completely unnecessary. Why did he feel the need to foul Fofana? What could it been possible? What could have been going through his brain cell? Fucking idiot. It disgusts me when professional footballers do the most stupidest things. The basic thing he needed to do was just like hold him up. Just get as tight as you. Don't get too tight, but just let him know that you're half a yard tight on him. But he just conceded that penalty, and Vardy, the form that he's on, he's not missing the target from 12 yards. No way, with the form that he's in. And Maddison got a good goal, but I thought he was just offside for me. I'll say he was just offside. And the second goal came through a Leicester attack, as they do, counter-attack superbly well. And the difference between us and Brendan Rodgers' team, they never felt for Mourinho's counter-attack, where they decided the plan is we let Tottenham have the ball and we will hit them on the counter. And it was a game plan executed to a T. And second goal was more of a counter-attack. Cross comes in, Jamie Vardy rolls up against, above the defender, heads it across, and Eric Dyer, unfortunately, the ball deflects off him and sends Hugo Lloris the wrong way, and it's 2-0. And I thought they could have had an opportunity to make it 3-0. Tillerman's blast over the bar, but nevertheless, superb away performance by the Foxes. So, yeah, Tottenham fans, Leicester, you must have some talking points. If you do, then leave it in the comments section below. I'd love to get your opinions and your views. So, next game, Manchester United 6, Leeds United 2. What a ruthless performance and good finishing by Manchester United. Leeds on the other side, well, they kept going. The players kept going. You know, the players kept to Marcelo Bielsa's attacking philosophy of keep attacking. You know, again, as I watched the match of the day too, Marco Richards highlighted the gaps where Calvin Phillips, if he goes with Bruno Fernandes, he draws him out of position, and before you know it, you know, the runners in behind them will exploit that area. And that area was the midfield, which was left vacant. And you saw Scott McTominay run riot in that midfield. 2 good goals for me. And Bruno Fernandes got on the score sheet. Man United were allowed to exploit Leeds' defensive weaknesses, the holes in that defence. And 4-1 up at half time, it's not a surprise because of Leeds' defensive frailties, and that's putting it nicely. However, Leeds kept going, and they will always keep going. They will always attack teams, and Marcelo Bielsa made it clear, and he made it clear publicly that he will not abandon his attacking philosophy. So, teams have been warned. You play Leeds, you're going to be attacked. However, I would have to say Manchester United perform like title contenders. Can they catch Liverpool? Maybe not, but, Man United fans, they're more than welcome to come onto my channel and say how they feel. And that's Man United fans that I know to a T. They say how they feel and they want to hear what they really want to hear. But I'm saying it nicely. Leeds United fans, feel free to come into my comment section and express your concerns with the attacking side of the game. Or do you agree with Bielsa that you will stick to your attacking principles? Leave it in the comment section below. Next game, the last one of the day, was West Bromwich Albion 0, Aston Villa 3. And Sam Allardyce was not helped with bad defending at the back stick, where El Ghazi gets a near post header into the back of the net. And what didn't help Sam Allardyce even more was Jake Livermore being a silly, spiteful boy. That was a complete spiteful thing, what he tried to do to Jack Grealish. He caught him on the calf. He could have caused a lot of damage. If Jack Grealish's right foot was planted on the grass, I'll tell you something, that could have been a whole lot worse. And for me, he deserved a straight red. Completely deserves a straight red. There was no need for it. And you've left your teammates in a situation where they're a man short, they needed you in a midfield battle, and you have failed them. You've let them down. You've let the club down. And I always say it, you let yourself, but the biggest letdown of all, you've let the supporters down who are watching from their homes. Just not good enough. Just completely selfish and despicable. It's just unacceptable behaviour. And you deserve to hear about it from Sam Allardyce. I'll tell you this for free. So it ended West Bromwich Albion 0, Aston Villa 3. Villa were worthy of the 3 points. Jack Grealish, unplayable. The most foul player in that game, hands down. And for me, a contender for PFA Player of the Year this season. Definitely, if he carries on the way he's playing. So, moving on to Monday's game. Burnley 2, Wolves 1. As an Arsenal fan, I don't want Burnley to win that game, but the reality is we can't depend on the other opponents doing us a favour. We've got to do ourselves a favour. But anyway, I'm going to talk about Burnley. Enough about my team. Burnley put in a dogged performance as Sean Dyche's team always do. He put in a complete performance, and 1-0 up early in the game. Ashley Barnes back into the first team, and he gets himself a goal. And with the set piece situation, Burnley were unlucky not to get a second with a free kick from 20 odd yards out, and I think the fella was unlucky not to have it on target. If it had hit the target, I think Rui Patricio would have had something really to do. However, they got their second goal in the second. They got their second goal in the second period of the game. Free kick goes in, and Burnley are very effective with set pieces. 2 headers. One header through Ben Mee, where Tarkowski blocks the defender off. The other header comes off a Wolves player, I don't know who it was at the time. And then Chris Woods, he ain't going to miss from 2 yards. Big volley, big goal by the big man, 2-0. But I was delighted to see Fabio Silva get his first goal in English football in the Premier League, which is his first Premier League goal. And it was a penalty, but it proved to be a consolation. And Nuno Espirito Santo said that Lee Mason is not Premiership quality as a referee. Let's just hope he doesn't get in trouble for those comments. However, judging by the game, I thought Burnley were worthy of their victory. So it finished Burnley 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. Chelsea versus West Ham United. Can't complain about this game. I thought Chelsea were worthy of the victory. Thiago Silva getting an early goal inside 10 minutes, I believe. And what a bullet header that was. I'm not surprised by that. He's got that in his locker. World-class centre-half. A proven world-class centre-half. I do not care what anyone says. Thiago Silva, as a professional footballer, he is world-class in his position as a centre-back. And if you want an argument about that, leave it in the comment section below. We'll have a good but kind-hearted argument about that, man. Bullet header. West Ham left him alone. Big mistake. Poor marking. And there's no excuse. That's just bollocks. Fucking bollocks. Not good enough at that highest level. West Ham did get back into the game. They created a couple of opportunities. They've had 2 goals rightfully disallowed. And, they went into the interval 1-0 down. And then in the second half, I think Chelsea gained a bit more control and they got the 2 goals, which were scored by Tammy Abraham for me. And I thought they were worthy of their victory. And, when the Chelsea second goal, Abraham's first, you could see that he was onside. A defender was playing him onside, and Tammy Abraham ain't going to miss from 7-8 yards out. And the second goal, a mess in the West Ham defence. Poor marking, poor defensive organisation. Tammy Abraham's free. All he has to do is just hit the target with a side foot, which he does. 3-0. And I think it's a good job done by Chelsea. So it ended Chelsea 3, West Ham United 0. And that is the end of my Premier League roundup of the action of from the action of this weekend's games. So, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys to the girls, I'm going to say thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and thank you for tuning in. If you've got, if you support any of the 10 teams, 10. If you support any of the Premier League teams and you want to discuss how your team performed and what your team should have done better, then leave it in the comment section below. And I'll be reading your views and your opinions, and I'll try and have a conversation with you guys. Please smash the thumbs up like button, and as I always say, please help me by subscribing to my channel. That's DLG Reppin himself. And like I say all the time, the more you subscribe to my channel, the more this channel will grow, and I'll do the best to bring you the latest football content, including the match preview and review of Arsenal's games, and more Premier League roundups. And hopefully I'll be doing some more stuff as the time passes by. And speaking of subscribers, big up yourself, Curtis B, a guy that I've known for a very long time, since I was a teenager. Big up yourself for subscribing. Keep doing your thing in the snooker game. You're doing extremely well for yourself, and proud of you, man. Carry on doing your thing. But massive shout out to you, Curtis B. Right. That sums up this video. I'm going to end it here and say, if you're going to bed early, then good night and rest well. I'll be back shortly, or as soon as I finish loading up my video, I'll be back for the team news, and I'll be giving you my thoughts and opinions about the formation, the starting 11, including certain players that I don't rate. I know they're going to be playing, and the 9 substitutions for Arsenal's game at home to Man City in the Carabao Cup. Otherwise, peace again, love again, and bless again. Laters. Be nice.